Thank you for listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. The opinions of hosts and guests do not necessarily reflect the opinion of this network.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk only on Paranormal Experience Radio. Broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama. This is Ghost Talk with 187 PI. Sit back and prepare yourselves for an adventure into the paranormal world with host Shelly Robertson and 187 PI research team. Ghost Talk is broadcasting live from Ohio's most haunted jail. Learn about their ongoing research at the jail and abroad, investigation techniques, and their personal encounters. Here is your host of Ghost Talk and 187 PI founder, Shelly Robertson.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ghost Talk Radio with me as your host, Shelly Robertson. And I hope everyone is having a glorious Friday as I am. Tonight, I have a special show for you. We are going to have a roundtable discussion about all things paranormal with my very special and good friend guests, both of them, Lori Dorsey and Kat Hobson. Hi, ladies.
Hello
there.
So, tonight I just figured that we would just talk about all things paranormal, stuff that's coming up, experiences, and what's coming up in the future.
Works for me.
Pardon me, Kat?
I said it works for me.
Oh.
Same here.
So how are you guys doing on this lovely Friday? How you doing on this lovely Friday?
We're about to go maskless in Alabama.
Weather. Oh, really?
It's going to feel like running naked through a meadow.
Well, thanks for that visual.
Well, I mean, such freedom, right?
Right.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Very true.
Wow.
That's great.
Well,
I have no idea when Ohio is going to let us go. So,
the city of Birmingham's not, but the state is.
Yeah.
Well, Indiana, they did away with the mask mandate here, except for my city, of course, Indianapolis. They're hanging on to it. They're just doing everything they can to hang on.
Oh, Lord.
That little bit of control, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I mean, I was listening.
Here we go again. Yeah.
Yeah, listening to DeWine for Ohio the other day, and good gravy. I don't think he's going to loosen up on anything.
No.
Do you think this is because they're really legitimately concerned, or because it's just fun to have that kind of control and say, no, you wear a mask and you wear a mask? I think that it depends on the governors.
I do think it depends on the governors too. And I will tell you, DeWine, not bringing up controversy. I know this isn't paranormal, but he just got sued and lost.
Oh yeah.
To where was it? Ashland County, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm. Up north. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
No masks. They said his all his mandates. The judge ruled
illegal.
They're illegal in their favor. So they don't have to follow any of it now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
None of it.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't surprise
I'm like,
me.
why ain't the whole state doing that? All the counties.
I know.
I wonder if that would be something that a county could just say, file it and say,
oh, yeah, I'm sure they could.
Look at this determination.
Yeah.
We would like to have that applied to us, too.
I mean, you got to take a look. There's a lot of counties now, Indiana and Ohio, I'm sure in a lot of states where some of them, the cases are so low now, they could leave up on all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, DeWine was saying like every 100,000 is only 50 people or something, some ridiculous number. It's like, it's like we flatten the curve. Just let us alone. Just let us do our thing. And it's just, he just keeps putting more and more stuff on.
I know. I listened to him Thursday.
Everybody.
It's like, ooh.
Did you? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you that, even with all the precautions and everybody working so hard, my mom's nursing home was infected with COVID right after Christmas. And she got it. She tested positive.
Oh, boy.
But she never, she was symptomatic, but they didn't tell me that until after the fact, right? And
right.
So they just kept saying, no, she's sitting in her room and she is just waiting on us to bring her food, and she's not going back and forth. So so I couldn't talk to her because she was quarantined in her room. And it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
And
I had it and I didn't know it. So
right. Well, my doctor said I
had
had
antibodies.
I think the majority of us have had it.
Well, I think so too, because they don't even know how long it was here.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
We got Sherry Horsick in chat, ladies. She says hello to everyone.
Boy, she brings good questions to the floor.
That she does. That she does. And I'll tell you, I've been loving the weather. It's warming up. My peach tree outside is all bloomed. I'm excited.
Ooh.
Planted some hyacinth and some tulips, and they're all nice and open and smelling great.
I love hyacinth.
I do too, because they're like lilacs, only they last longer.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Yeah. But I still like my lilacs.
Oh, I've got the English ones here, and they're not the dark purple, but I'd rather have the dark purple. They last longer too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I want one of those Indiana pears when I get up there.
Ah.
You better be hanging on to one for me this summer.
Okay.
I know how hard you've worked to keep that tree alive.
So I guess we'll break into some paranormal talk now, ladies. So,
okay.
Most recent crazy experience that you've had. Let's start with you, Lori. Let's talk about it.
Well, of course, it's at the jail at Paulding.
They're always at the jail.
It's
the craziest place going.
The spirits know me by name. And they tell me to leave, I think the craziest one was when we caught the little girl. Oh, my brain is not working tonight. Up dancing on the table. That was the best. That was the best one. Besides the sheriff upstairs tapping his foot to the music. I mean, that was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
That was.
That's when we were running the hologram for his birthday.
Yes.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought was amazing, Lori, when you were at the jail was because we've never used it. This was last fall.
Yeah.
When the ghost called out your full name, Lorraine.
Yeah.
He said your full name?
And we've never used it at the jail or anything. So I'm like, whoa, oh my God.
Yeah.
Somebody's been doing some research.
Yeah. Somebody's been checking something.
Yeah, so that kind of like, wow, how did they know?
Yeah, how did they know that one?
Uh-huh.
Because I've never been referred to by my given name. It's always been Lori. And I've heard that a few times, heard that my name said, and I've also heard leave. Leave the room, get out, please leave,
We have somebody there. We have somebody there at the jail that just isn't happy with Lori. I don't know. Doesn't want
No.
her around. But
Nope.
and
It's usually in the cell block.
And you know what? I don't know still who it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Do you know what? Maybe it's somebody, Lori, from back when you were working.
No,
Maybe
it could be.
somebody
I
came
mean,
through your facility
yeah,
that wound up
that could be
also
because
in
I
Paulding.
booked in several. Yeah, I used to book in several, inmates. That there's a lot of them that's passed. Because that was back in the 80s
Mm-hmm.
when used to help book in prisoners, or used to bring them in, and especially females, you had to strip search them, which was really fun.
And well, yeah, maybe some
And
of them really didn't like it. They're following.
well, I'm not sure, but it was awkward for them as it was for me. Trust me on that one.
Sure.
Uh, but several of the females that I've had encounters with through the years have passed. So I'm not sure, if it could be one of them. I don't know. But up on the second floor, when Doogie and those guys are up there, I just get that feeling, how that feeling comes over you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I got the feeling, and I looked around, and Doogie was standing there, and I said, "Okay, do you guys want me to leave?" Because he was using the ghost box. I said, "Okay, guys, do you want me to leave?" And plain as day, coming across that ghost box, "Yes, please." So I said, "Okay." So
least you
Doogie
got a
said, "Why are you
please."
making this nice lady leave?" And they said, "Yes, please," again. And so I picked my stuff up and went downstairs and stood at the bottom of the stairs.
And I come up and I said, "What's going on? Are you okay?" And she's like, "They kicked me out."
Yeah.
Away with you.
It was like, okay. Yes,
Sherry in chat has a question, wants to know, has any of us ever been scratched or grabbed?
Yes.
I haven't. No.
I've been scratched one time.
I haven't been scratched. I've been grabbed.
Have you been scratched, Lori?
No. I've been poked in the head.
Yeah.
Like somebody poked me in the head or stroked my hair, but I've never been scratched.
I don't want to be scratched.
Actually, I don't think I've actually been grabbed. I've been touched. I've been touched, nudged, clothes tugged on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All of the above.
But never like what I would consider a full-on grab. I would be like,
I've never.
I had my butt grabbed. So
you did? Where was that at? Where was that?
That was at the Old South Pittsburgh Hospital.
Oh my
doctors
gosh.
getting friendly.
Well,
I think
it was weird because of where it was.
Brewery? Didn't you get grabbed at Moon River Brewery in Savannah? Didn't you get grabbed?
I did, but that wasn't on my butt.
Did. Well, no, but I'm just saying it was an inappropriate grab.
It was an inappropriate grab.
Oh my!
I just don't like that. I don't either. I don't. It didn't hurt me, right?
Yeah.
No,
and it wasn't something that angered me, but it's just like, hey, I don't do that to you, and
show a little respect.
It's just like there's so many people here who are much more interested in having you do this to them, because there's always new people.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of people that freak out on us.
Yeah.
Well, I think a question I have is for you guys. I know I have not been at a particular location. I've been to a lot of haunted places and done investigating, and I've never had at any other place anybody personable to any member come through and talk to them. But at the jail, we have that all the time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're very adamant too.
You know, there'll be guests almost in every group that their loved one comes over the box and says particular things that no one would know. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Right. I had that happen at the jail.
Yeah, and it happens quite often that that the spirits of the attendees come through. We even had one night somebody's dog, believe it or not.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
somebody's
I
dog.
remember that.
So I'm just wondering, what would make that place so different than any other place I go and done investigations at? You know what I mean? As far as for personable experiences.
I think it's all intelligent hauntings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the type of spirits.
And Garrett told me that with the opening of that one jail cell down in the basement, he said it's a portal now. The spirits can come in and out. He said, I saw it when I was down there. I said,
there's
really?
two at least there.
Yeah, there's at least two. And he said the spirits can come in and out when, just check in and they go in and see what's going on and then they leave. It's like he called it a portal. Garrett did.
Yeah.
He said when you open that cell, on that Portals to Hell show, they opened that one cell.
Mm-hmm.
He said when they opened that up, he said it created a portal. He said, I saw it. I said, oh, okay.
Well, I know ever since then, there's been more children.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, is it because of that? I don't know. Were we just not aware of them? I don't know that either. But I will say, since then we've had more children. There's a little boy named Nathan running around now, and that he's
upstairs.
a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Named Mason.
Him and his dad were upstairs. Mm-hmm.
Nathan. His name is Nathan.
Yeah.
So that's not Steve's
his name came
son.
through. Mm-hmm.
No, Steve's son is Matt.
Yeah,
that's
why I thought I might have misunderstood.
Yeah,
wow.
So we have, and there's been other psychics and sensitives there. Even Chris Fleming, when he was there, he said
he saw a little boy running around down in the basement.
Yes, he saw a boy in the
darting
basement,
in and around.
And he saw Audrey dash up the stairs to the third floor too, because he came to me and he came to me really quick. He's like, "Do you guys have a little girl here?" I'm like, "We do." He's like, "I just saw her dash up the stairs," and
yeah,
when he
and I
came
caught her
out
on
of the
the SLS hiding underneath the staircase. I caught her, a little girl, when my SLS was working.
Yeah,
she was under the steps, like peeking out.
Oh.
And then, she was seeing what we were doing. She was peeking out from under the stairs. But, I mean, the sheriff comes through, and he doesn't seem to mind me being there,
Oh, no, I think he's really, really comfortable with you and some of the other spirits. Yeah. And there's just one particular somebody that...
They don't like me.
We have a question in chat from Sherry, and she's wanting to know if I've investigated other places than my baby, the Paulding jail. I have. I have been everywhere from Florida clear to Nebraska and out Kansas. I think the old city jail in South Carolina. That one is really, really haunted, and I just went on I could imagine doing an investigation there. I went on on a tour, a nighttime, flashlight tour. Mm-hmm. And we were in this one room where the first woman who had been executed was held in this room at that jail. And like the hanging, the gallows and stuff outside is still there. And I guess a lot of people's been executed or died from terrible circumstances or conditions at the Old City Jail there in Charleston. And some of them were buried there also. Well, I was taking photographs during this tour, and I caught 2 shadow ghosts in a photograph just during the tour. So I'm like, wow, this would be like pretty awesome to come back here sometime when I'm. But I will tell you, another one of my most extraordinary investigations, I'm going to say, was Waverly Hills Sanitarium, and that was up on the 5th floor in the I was in the psychiatric ward, and across the hall is the children's ward, where I got, oh my gosh, the most amazing EVP up there. And I caught a little girl on film. I have it on YouTube, and that was really amazing. She wouldn't come into that room. She was out in the hallway. But you'll have to check the YouTube channel up and look at the
I was going to
Waverly.
Say I'll have to look at
I'm
it.
going to look at
the
that.
Waverly Hills video, because I've got still photos of her. And they are so amazing. And I have a video of this girl, little ghost girl from Waverly Hills. And I would say that would have been probably one of my best catches. I mean, it's just a great catch. I'll say that. I will also say there was a ghost town out in Nebraska, and we went to a cemetery out there, and it was me and my husband Vincent and one of the guys he works with, and he was sitting down doing an EVP session, and we got it on film. He's sitting there, but it looks like him walking across the graveyard. It was a ghost that looks just like him, and you could see him sitting there. It was so crazy.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
That's
yes,
crazy.
yes. And with that, folks, we have to stop for a short break. I ran over a little bit. That's what we do when we talk so much. And you are listening to Ghost Talk Radio. We'll be back after this short break.
You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio, broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, come on. I'm Southern, but... Nope. That'll do. Hello. I am Kat Hobson, host of Paranormal Experience here on WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. I enjoy having guests from all areas of the paranormal, from ghosts to ufology to cryptids and beyond. You'll find some of the best researchers in their fields bringing you some great information. Join me on Wednesday nights from 8 to 10 p. Eastern here on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
Since 1948, Fate magazine has brought you reports of the strange and unknown, all of them true. Fate Radio is carrying on that tradition, bringing you the unusual, macabre, strange, and bizarre. Join host Kat Hobson Sunday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experienced Radio, broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Welcome back to Ghost Talk Radio with me as your host, Shelly Robertson. And tonight I have Lori Dorsey and Kat Hobson here as my special guests tonight. And both of them are very well seasoned paranormal investigators, by the way. And Kat is also my producer and the network owner, as well as my friend. They're both my friends.
First, your friend.
Yes. And if you guys missed the first part of the show, you can tune in to listen to the show archive on Google Play, iTunes, iHeartRadio. I mean, probably whatever you're subscribed to, we're there. So just look us up and you can catch the full show. And prior to the break, we were talking about one of my most amazing location spots. And now we'll go to you, Kat. What is one of your favorite locations or, most extraordinary paranormal activity that you've experienced? And we're taking the jail out of the equation, so we're not going to put that in there.
Because that is where I had my most extraordinary experience.
Yeah, we're going to take the jail out.
Oh, gosh. Well, there's a couple. I mean, my first clear audience experience was at the Thomas house when I walked into the meeting room that they call the seance room. And I was just walking through there. I wasn't really doing anything. And it was middle of the afternoon. I got there a little early. And as I walked in, to my left and a little bit above me, I heard somebody say, "Hello," or "Hello there." And I turned around to say, "Hello, don't mind me, I'm just looking." And there was nobody to say it to. There was nobody in there. So that was the first time I ever, had that experience. But, we were talking about the Sorrel Weed House in Savannah, Georgia. And Lori actually, we like to travel and, we've gone a couple of times and just met at a location and spent the night after doing an investigation. And we did that in Savannah when the Savannah Paranormal was hosting a small event at the Sorrel Weed House. And I had so many experiences there. I had gone on a walking tour of it, before. But when I actually got to do a true investigation, the place just came alive. It was crazy. Lori and I were sitting upstairs. Yeah, I know, right? We were sitting upstairs in the carriage house, in the back room of the carriage house. And I was just kind of looking because, we were in the dark. It was kind of hot, just chilling.
And the REM pod was going crazy.
Yes.
And all of a sudden it just stopped.
Yeah. I mean, it was just crazy. And then somebody ran out of the closet, and you could just see it. It was so smooth. And not all of my shadow images are smooth. Sometimes they're kind of, their motion is not always the same, but this was extraordinarily smooth. It was just getting out of the room. And I looked at Lori and I was like, seriously? You saw that, right?
See that?
But then when we were leaving, I'm just walking along and I've got a K2 in my hand and we're going down. So were about to go downstairs. They were doing a dinner. And for paranormal event people, if you ever want to win people's hearts, Savannah's midnight snack was a Low Country boil. So trust me, I was hurrying to get down those stairs. And Lori is filming behind me, and I hear her say, "There's a child walking with you." And I'm like, "What?" And she said, "Your K2 is going off. There's a child walking with you."
Uh-oh.
And I was like, "Well, hey, how are you?"
And it got really cold.
Yes.
Your hand got really cold.
Yes. And
it was incredible.
It was incredible. But the some of the stories that go with the Sorrel Weed House are not true, but the experiences were. And
oh yeah,
it's it does have a long history. Everything in Savannah does, and it's just one of those places. Sorrel Weed was that you didn't really want to leave.
Yeah.
Because
we were in the basement because
yes.
you and I were down in that basement, and we kept seeing in that one corner, what was it? Shadows peeking around at us.
Yes,
we kept, and the K2s kept going off.
And I've never been to that place yet, so yeah, you guys will have to.
You need to come down.
Yes,
you would like it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And we couldn't believe it. I mean, it was just like you could see them standing there, and they would hide behind the post and then lean out
or try to.
At us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they thought they were hidden.
Shy.
It was crazy. It was
well, we're
crazy.
not your normal paranormal investigators either.
Right.
We go dressed as we are, and
Yep.
weather appropriate for both of us because we're old and we don't care, and we're not there to impress people. We're there to investigate, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Right.
So, it's we don't look like I don't have arms like Rex or anybody. I just have grandma wings.
Just normal people. We're just normal.
That's right.
We're just normal.
We are normal, and we have a good fun because we're kind of abby-normal.
You got a most favorite or
Well, I think one of my most favorite ones was when Kat and I were at Mansfield Reformatory, and she was standing behind me, and I was sitting down, and I was talking. I'm not sure who.
I don't know who that was.
They turning the flashlight on and off, and then over in the corner there was my REM pod, and I asked him. I said, "Could you please go over and turn the REM pod on? Touch the REM pod and light it up," and it lit up. And I said, "Okay, can you go back and please touch the flashlight and turn it on?" And it turned on. And Kat's standing behind me going, "They're doing it on command." And I said,
and I'm filming.
I think so.
I'm filming, and they're doing this on command.
Yeah, and I said, "Okay, let's do something really cool." I said, "Turn them on at the same time. Do the REM pod and turn on the light all at the same time." And it did.
Yes, it did.
Wow.
I was shocked.
I was impressed.
It did.
Stretch on out there.
That was one of my favorite ones. Yeah, that was one of my favorite. And then the other favorite at Mansfield was when the rest of the ghost hunting grannies, Vicky and Johnny and Kim, and we were all in the basement, and something set everything off down there. Set the REM pod off, was beating on the ductwork in front of us. I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. And I said, if that's really you, do it again. And it did it again. It was beating on the ductwork, and I mean, it was pitch black. You couldn't even see your hand in front of your face. And it was amazing. We couldn't believe it. And Kim, that was the night that Kim leaned over to me, and she said, somebody whispered in my ear, watch this. And that's when everything went off. It was crazy.
That's
It was crazy.
hilarious.
I know. I was so amazed. I was just so shocked.
You know.
And then, Moon River Brewery. I mean, Hell's Bells. I've been there.
Oh my gosh, that was insane.
Oh, and then we caught the apparition sitting there. Oh my gosh, that place is amazing.
I haven't been to that one either.
Yeah,
the basement was amazing, and that third floor was amazing.
Yeah, we caught the apparition on the thermal imaging. A child sitting there at the table.
Wow.
Just sitting
with
there.
your
You can
doll.
see
Your doll gets more activity.
Yeah. Raggedy Ann.
Well, you got to think about that. That's really old, so she would be relevant. Raggedy Ann would be relevant for all time periods.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good figure
it.
object. I know it works at the jail, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's worked everywhere we've
definitely.
been. Remember when we were at the Palace Theater with the Wraith Chasers back in the day?
Oh, my gosh. Yes, I forgot about that. We were up in that one room that had the old doll houses and stuff. And we set it up on top of the one glass case. And, I mean, it was lighting up upon command. Touch the right hand, touch the left hand, touch both hands, and they were all lighting up. I forgot about that. That was amazing.
That was
truly amazing.
When you're on investigations or you talk to people about paranormal stuff, and you're a public ghost hunter or whatever, and I've been around some people that when things happen, it really freaks them out a lot. But you know what?
Yeah.
I think when things happen, I just get really excited. I'm like,
yep.
Yay!
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, and I do. I thank them and thank you for interacting with me.
I just think it's exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, and it's really kind of an honor, too, because, they're interacting with you. They're not hurting you. They're not being ugly, except for when they call me names, and that I've gotten used to that. But,
same here.
It's always the same name. I don't know what's up with that.
And the thing of it is also they're comfortable enough and trusting enough to interact.
Yeah. And it is trust. I'm sure it's trust.
And we're not a threat. Yeah.
Nope.
Right.
We're not a threat. Because, well, we walk into places, we say, all we're here to do is to communicate. Please communicate with us. That's all we want. We don't want to chase you out. We don't want you to leave. But if you want to talk to us, please, please, please talk to us. And usually they do. Or,
they do.
Turn on our flashlights, or they, do something. Even if we set, remember down in, I can't remember, it was at Mansfield, and we set the whiskey bottle and the card, and we put the K2 down there, and the K2 went crazy. Yes. I put that bottle of Crown down there and put the deck of cards out and said, hey, do you want to play some
hang with us?
And drink some whiskey?
Well, who doesn't want to play cards and have a shot of whiskey? Come on now.
And it's Crown, so, it's all good.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, because I give them a choice. They say, okay, you want Crown or you want Jack? I got both, whichever you would prefer. And most of the time it'll light for Crown. They like Crown real well.
They want the expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Not the corn mash.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny. That was so funny. But
that was a great trip.
My experiences, I did at Mansfield Reformatory, Moon River Brewery, Sorrel Weed, Thomas House. I mean,
Thomas House really surprised me. I have had dead as a post nights, and I have had off the chain nights. Some of the best video I've ever caught was there, and that surprised me too.
Heard the whistling man. I heard the whistler.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah,
in there in the hallway. Yep, couldn't believe it. I turned around. There was nobody there.
One of the rooms I stayed in at the Thomas House once, the very first time I stayed there, I was like, I want to stay in the most haunted room. And
Of course you did.
Of course. Well, we knew that.
I slept with the lamp on.
Did you really?
I did. Let me tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because I wanted to see what was lurking around, because every time, at my whole weekend there, every time I went into the bathroom, I sit down, ready to do my business, and all the lights would get turned off in the bathroom. And Tobe was with me that weekend. It was his first time there too. And I said, oh my God, reach in here and turn this light on. I can't see anything. So it happened so many times. And my brother was like, you're crazy. Blah, blah. And I said, stand right outside the door with it just a crack. He couldn't see me inside, but he could see the lighting. You know what I mean?
Right.
I said, as soon as I sit down, it's probably going to go out. I mean, I was looking everywhere in that room for something that would actually trip it, like a fakery. That's how much it happened every time to me. It didn't happen to him, but I was looking everywhere for some fakery, gadgetry or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just watch. I'm going to sit down and do my business. And he turns his back, walks away a little bit. Then the light went out. And I'm like, did you see that? And I heard him. He was clear across the room. I could tell his voice. He was not near the door. I'm like, I told you to watch. So finally, later on, I made him stand there till he could see it. And he's like, oh my God. So then he's starting to look around there. I said, I told you. So he's starting to look around the bathroom for something fakery. But he's like, it didn't happen to me. I don't know what's going on with you. So anyways, something was playing pranks on me the entire weekend. And so I slept with the lamp on because in one of the other rooms that same night, one of the other guests said that their cover got pulled from the bottom of the bed off the bed. So I'm like, something's fooling around. I want to see it happen.
Well, I had something unplug my equipment so I couldn't charge it.
Oh, really?
I had a strip in the wall because, there wasn't a lot of places to plug in because, it was pretty old.
Right.
Yeah.
So I took a strip with me and I plugged it in. I made sure it was tight, and I put my equipment on there because I needed to charge everything. And I went back after you get to eat, and I went back up to get my equipment, and the plug had been pulled out of the wall.
No way.
The strip, yeah. So nothing got charged. I couldn't do anything.
They're like,
I
you're
was
not
dead in the water.
photographing us right now.
Yeah. Well,
That's-
then over at that church across the street, something poked me. I bled.
Yeah.
It had a
Oh,
round,
my.
You
perfectly
bled?
round. Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Because I looked
All right,
down and I
folks.
saw this.
We have to I have to interrupt everybody for a short break. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to Ghost Talk Radio on WBHM-DB, Birmingham, Alabama.
You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio, broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, come on. I'm Southern, but... Nope. That'll do. Hello. I am Kat Hobson, host of Paranormal Experience here on WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. I enjoy having guests from all areas of the paranormal, from ghosts to ufology to cryptids and beyond. You'll find some of the best researchers in their fields bringing you some great information. Join me on Wednesday nights from 8 to 10 p. Eastern here on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
This is Jason Bland, host of Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup, where we stream live as a webcast every Sunday night, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern, with guests who will blow your mind. Live ghost box sessions where you can call into the show to see if the spirits will talk to you, and the world wide web of weird with the latest in paranormal news and evidence. We're bringing the weird every Sunday night, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow and subscribe.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio. Broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Thank you for listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. The time is 45 minutes after the hour.
Welcome back to Ghost Talk Radio with me as your host, Shelly Robertson. And if you missed the first part of the show, folks, no worries. You can catch the full show archive on Spreaker, Google Play, iTunes, iHeartRadio, probably whatever you're subscribed to, we're there. Many other platforms, even Deezer. Any DJs out there spinning our voices tonight? You can catch us there and mix us up. That's right. That's right. Tonight I've got Lori Dorsey and Kat Hobson here with me, and we are just having a roundtable talking about all things paranormal and some experiences and locations. But now, you know what? I kind of want to talk about thoughts on a few theories that I have, just because I've been learning a lot, okay? Just by owning the jail, more so than all of the investigations I travel around to and have traveled around to, because I'm in a constant place where you can log changes and differences and different things. But something that's got me, looking more into is how storms react with paranormal. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of places that storms will ramp it up, but at the jail, it ramps it up in a different way. Like it's hard to get the EVPs, but you break out a thermal and you break out an SLS and bam, you can see them. Yeah. You can see them on the thermals. But they have a hard time coming through vocally. So
that's interesting.
It is. Mm-hmm. So every time we get rain, I'm like jumping for joy because I'm like, get the thermals out and let me get some pictures of them. I've got a good 2 handfuls. And if any of you out there, I know Lori and Kat are familiar with thermals, and probably some of you listening tonight are as well. But if you look at yourself or a living human in a thermal, what do you see? Big blobs of red and orange and yellow, where you're mostly generating heat, and you look like a blob. You don't really look.
Yeah, there's no detail.
Exactly.
No.
What's happening with thermal and these spirits is they're not looking like red blobs, okay? They're looking like detailed
I was going to say, I've seen details.
Yes.
I mean, yes. It's almost like it's more of a picture than a thermal, even though we know it's a thermal camera. It's almost like a picture.
Yes.
Like they can show themselves in complete detail on a thermal. and not on a regular camera. And that was the weirdest part about the whole thing.
It
I
is
think it
the,
is
All the
too. I think,
detail that came through.
yes.
and it is the weirdest thing. And the thing of it is, when you discern what is cold in the area, how we're getting the
Yeah.
details is there's areas of these spirits that are even colder than the room, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm getting facial features off of one. I've got
Whoa.
dress clothing detail. I think you saw
Yeah,
that
you
one,
can see
Lori,
the
one with the
clothing. It was,
clothing
yeah,
detail. And
that was insane. And that's why I said, are you sure this is thermal and not a picture? And you said,
yeah,
no, it's thermal.
yeah. And the thing is, when it storms, that's when I can get those photographs. We don't get a whole lot on thermal unless the weather is crazy.
Right.
And unless we're getting storms. But then on the second part, when the storms come, we're not getting the talking even much coming. It's like they sound like so faint and like they're so far away, even using the portal. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
they can't,
Yeah, I
crazy. Because,
remember.
yeah.
I
like they
remember
can't come
listening
from
and
Although
you
I
there.
do
couldn't
love
hear
that
them.
portal.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm just wondering, what are your thoughts on, do you think it's the ions in the air? Do you think it's the static electricity charge?
Well, I think that
What's your
as far
guys'
as
thoughts on it?
not getting their voices, that really surprises me because
Yeah.
most places do ramp up in a storm. Perhaps it has something to do with the fact that, you know, once it starts lightning and such, then the ions get moving.
Right.
So maybe the energy
Yeah,
is just so much that they can't fight through it. But
I figured that they're giving up the vocal, and it's like it's a trade-off. You know,
right,
I can show myself, but I can't talk to you. You know, I think it's to me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna show up on I guess the thermal. To me, it looks like a camera, but I have to keep telling myself this is a thermal imager, and
right.
it's like, okay, they're gonna give up the talking, but they'll be able to show themselves. It's like a trade-off. I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
a
it's
I don't
theory.
know either, but I think it's neat.
like
Mhm.
I'm thinking in my mind that it dampens, but really we're able to photograph them, so it is
And usually you
actually an
can't.
amping up.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's just that the
Mhm.
energy is so different. I mean, do they know that
Mhm.
you can get their images better? Have you mentioned that out loud around
Oh
them?
yeah,
Well,
I have.
then, then they know that they're not communicating with you verbally, so they're giving you communication in the fashion that they can.
And
I mean, you've got smart ghosts there. You really do.
Oh yeah.
And they are so interactive that they're going to try to find a
Mhm.
way to help.
And so this is what I'd like everybody out there to try. I mean, if you're at a location, log your storm, log your weather, log your moon cycles and stuff. And if it's seeming dead to you, like you're not getting a lot of talking or interaction with your meters or something like that, if you have a thermal camera, there are also apps for your phone that I've seen in action. They work just fine.
Yep.
Break out thermal imagery, and I challenge anybody out there to do this and see what you come up with, and let's compare, because that's a breakthrough. Because I'll tell you, I'm not catching them on night vision. And if you look at the
No.
way night vision works when that's happening, night vision cameras still need the tiniest speck of light.
Yes, they do.
See?
They have to have something.
They have to have the tiniest speck of light. And that is why a lot of times I found that our shadow ghosts we're not catching them on regular night vision. I'll tell you what we are finally learned how to capture them last fall was with a green filter.
Oh, I was going to say, you use that filter.
Yes, on your night vision, and you can catch the shadow ghosts.
Really?
With a green filter. Absolutely.
What makes that different than having the green light that comes with my night vision?
I guess it's on how it filters the light
Maybe it
spectrum.
enhances it better.
Because you see, your night vision's got to have a little bit of light source. What happens when there's a little bit of light source? Poof, shadows are gone.
Yeah.
Truth.
See?
Yep.
But you put the filter over top of it.
Yes.
Right.
And then you don't have to have, that
and
second
you
light.
you can see them, you can film them, and I'm telling you, we've got the one on the second floor cell block, probably 4 clips of him already now.
Wow.
Walking past.
Yeah, since
what does
we've
he look
learned.
like?
He's pretty good height, tall as
he's pretty tall.
Tall as the doors, and when he vanishes, it's just like he sucks into the wall. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Wow.
Well, just like that SLS camera when we had Chris Fleming up there. There was something standing above everybody. I don't know if you remember it, but there was like something, there was a person standing there, and then you can see them look around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
They peek around the corner and stand back up and then peek back around. You can see the SLS, the stick, looking out, but it's like it was above the crowd watching everybody. It was like standing by the wall.
You did that on the first floor, too, because when the thing was reaching down to me, it was above all of us.
Yeah, it was above us, looking down, and then when you reached up, it reached down to you.
I couldn't believe that.
Crazy. I know. I was going, look at this. It's reaching for Kat, and you just reached your hand up, and it reached down.
Okay, so now I'm going to tell everybody a few exciting things that we got going on here at the jail, and I'll mention some of the places we're all going to go to, and I'm nudging Kat.
It's
Lori,
a done deal.
For Vegas.
It's a done deal. We need to talk accommodations when we get through.
Okay, that's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
this will be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it will. Okay, so what we got coming up, the April 17th, we have a public ghost hunt at the Old Paulding Jail. There are still some tickets available, not very many. Find us, look us up on Facebook.
I wanted to go.
You want to go? Well, you should come.
I get my second COVID shot on the 17th.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
you want to wait and see how it's going to affect you. That's right.
Yeah.
See,
the second
you can look
one's
us up
tough.
on Facebook. If you're not already following us, 187PI, and we'll pop right up. All the events are listed there. You can also find the events on our website at 187pi.com. Click under events, and our calendar pops up. It loads a little slow because there's stuff on it, but be patient, and you can see all the privates that are available. If you want to book the jail out just for you and your team alone, we've got some privates available this summer, and fall
all
schedule is
go for the upkeep of the place.
Yes. I want to tell you, all the proceeds go to the restorations. We were able to get the heating and cooling put in, which was almost $18,000 we had to raise. Now
Amazing.
We're working towards the windows, folks. So every ticket, every piece of merchandise that's purchased is going towards the window fund. So regular bills, electric, gas, all that's just coming out of our free pocket, our free will pocket, me and Vincent. So, yeah.
I feel you.
We've become accustomed to paying for those just like our normal home. So all the money raised is going towards the restorations. We have, this is exciting. It just got listed today. June 26th. We have Santiago Cirillo is going to come make an appearance at the jail and be there for a celebrity ghost hunting event. He will be there the 26th of June. And then we've got all kinds of Paracons we're going to this summer and this fall and winter, like Ohio State Reformatory Paracon in May 21st and 22nd, I believe it is.
Yep.
We will be there. I think Lori's going to be going to that one.
Well, I'm renting the whole place on my birthday on the 20th. So
I know, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get us all up there. I don't know. I'm still up in the air.
I'm coming.
I might be
it's my 64th birthday, and I'm going to celebrate it there. So
with
there
the
you go.
spirits. Spirits love birthday parties. So if nothing else, we have to have a little cake celebration.
Absolutely.
Take a swig out of your crown in your bag.
Yeah. Salute. I made it to 64. Thank you very much.
One of the exciting things we were just talking about, guys probably don't know, they're like, Vegas. What are they talking about? Vegas. Well, they got a Paracon that's going to be in Vegas on December 9th and 10th.
Vegas, baby.
Oh my gosh, we are going to that. Lori's going to that. Kat is now going to that. It is. I tell you what, it'd be a great one to go to because everybody who is anybody in the paranormal field is going to be at that one. I mean, it's Vegas after all. It's going to be at the MGM Grand.
I love the MGM Grand.
It's beautiful. I love it.
It is beautiful.
There. And of course, while we're out there, I'm going to take a side trip to Zach's Haunted Museum. I want to see that so bad.
You are going to die. It's so cool.
I want to see it so bad.
And it's not cheesy.
Never seen it, but
it's really neat.
List.
I mean, I know there's going to be people out there like Zach Bagans. I don't care. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I just want to see the museum.
The museum's cool. And I've been, and I'm going back with y'all.
With all those haunted objects. I can't wait to see them.
It's awesome.
So, now we're coming to the close of the show, everyone. And I want to thank all of you out there for taking time out of your busy schedules to join me on this live broadcast. I want to thank Lori Dorsey and Kat Hobson for the Paranormal Roundtable talk tonight. And I want y'all to have a good evening, a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. Good night, friends.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.